Hey, Chicago, and welcome back to Speak Your Mind Radio. I am your hostess with the mostest, Queen Star, aka Miss Hip Hop. And today, I want to talk about a television show, okay? It's called Modern Love, and it's a romantic comedy anthology series, okay? It varies between 25 and 35 minutes long. There are 8 episodes, and this is season, what is it? Season one actually came out of October of 2019, and I just watched it within the past couple of days. Okay. Now, I'm gonna get it out there. Season two, they have been rescheduled to come August 13th for Modern Love. And let me tell you what Modern Love is, y'all. Modern Love is a bunch of complicated stories about real people and their love for each other, you know? Um, Basically, it kind of describes the everyday person like you and I in search of the very thing that we've been set to be on this planet is love. Like, you want a partner, you don't want a significant other. However, in this modern day age that we live in, it gives a precisely different perspective of what love is. Okay. We're not talking about, let me put it like this: love in all forms, love in all shades, love in all colors, love, period. So I want to talk about one of my favorite episodes out of the 8 episodes. Um, there was this beautiful girl who had it, who by glance looked like she had it all together, Everything was like joyous and a bliss. But she was struggling with something internally that prevented her from finding the one, quotation marks in the air, the true love that she desired so desperately. Um, there was something inside of her that wasn't quite balanced and connected correctly, so to speak, or properly. And every prospect that she would come about with, it didn't necessarily work out. However, the gist of the entire episode and the entire series on that is everyone deserves to be loved and to love. And that's facts, you know. Even when you hear people say, "Oh, I hate that," like, no, you probably really like it and you ain't never tried it. Okay. But they all talking about something else that don't that something else is like, I just say interracial dating, like that's in the series too. And actually where they got the idea of modern love, look, check this out. It started as a New York Times column, where I guess there will be people writing in, telling their love stories, and it was, on black and white paper, and then they modernized that column into a television show. And then guess what? It's a podcast now. Yeah, Modern Love is actually hosted by Daniel Jones and Mia Lee, which I like to call her Miss Lee. And they do an excellent job, talking about, the factors of what, sorry about that, of what true love actually is. There was another episode that, y'all, you have to watch every episode from 1 to 8 in order for it all to make sense, okay? But I'm just talking about like another episode that I really liked. Let's see. Okay, there was a gay couple, yeah, a male gay couple, and they were seeking in their happy little quaint relationship, okay, to bring a baby into the world, okay? And so I know people are like, oh, you can't procreate with the same sex, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's true, but you can adopt. So they were seeking to, adopt a newborn child as their own. And they, which was the gay folk, they were going through it, like trying to find a people who would accept them in situations where they were carrying the baby, but they could not take care for it, but they wanted the baby to, be adopted. And the guys were turned down so many times, and I'm not even going to give it away because you have to read in between the lines in which I'm trying to convey to you, okay? And they found their love in a whole total different kaleidoscopic viewpoint. It was very bright, okay? Yeah, like a rainbow. It was very bright. And it was all of a sudden. It was unexpected the way that it happened, because it was just beautiful, y'all. And like I said, I don't want to give too much away to the plot, because if I do, then you don't need to watch it then, right? There was another episode that I really liked. Now I remember the name of that one. It's called The Doorman. And in that episode, oh boy, that was really good. It was about a young lady that was staying in her family estate's building. They were very, rich and powerful people. And she was staying there. She was probably in her late 20s or something like that. And she too was struggling to bring home a nice, decent young man. And she definitely got what she was looking for. And I can say this, when you're looking, in search for love, and, you may think you know what you want, and you go and pursue the very thing that you thought you wanted, and then bam, it's like, wait a minute, this is the biggest mistake of my life. I did not need this. Because sometimes you just need to sit and be patient and let love come to you. And I can describe that as far as the Doorman episode is this, when you're a kid and you're outside in the fields and you see your favorite insect of all times, a lightning bug. And, you go to catch it like that or whatever, or you try to put it in a jar. What do you have to do? You have to kind of move slowly, right? You kind of have to take the obedience of a float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Okay, that works for both sexes, by the way. So if you're floating to what you was lighting up your heart, and the jar is you grab it like that, it's like a sting, yeah, I got you. And you get to watch it blossom and stuff like that and light up. So that's kind of how that is too. Sometimes when it takes a long time to quote unquote find that love of your life, it's for a reason. Because, and I'll speak from, all points of views and say the universe is trying to prepare you for serendipity. Serendipity is being at the right place at the right time, the right moment, the right person, the right atmosphere, everything, so that you can have your love of your life. And if you don't watch it in order, literally, it's eight episodes that need to be watched in chronological order. Because if you don't watch it in order, you're going to miss the grand finale, which is episode 8. And baby, let me tell you, it's a tearjerker. It really, really is. Because by the time you get through each and every episode, you would have found yourself in one of those episodes. I promise you. I put it on $50 right now. You're going to find yourself in one of those episodes. And if not, wait till season 2. And if not, you're going to find someone that you already love and care for, a friend or family, that you say, like, hey, that was them. Hey, that was their love story, you know? And yeah, so every event that happens in our lives are interconnected. Actually, I'm going to put it out like this world that we live in, this on this planet is way smaller than you think. You know how they say everybody has a twin somewhere? Well, yeah, it's true. And guess what? Everyone has a soulmate somewhere too. And sometimes more times is you have multiple soulmates. Well, what do you mean by that? I bet you that's probably going to be in season 2. Like if you meet somebody, quote unquote, in high school, we label that as puppy love, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe you two got married and everything like that, and then maybe it didn't work out, and then okay, on to the next, so to speak, but in a healthy way. And then all of a sudden you're with somebody else and you're like 30 something, okay, and then maybe that doesn't work out. I'm talking for the average person here now. And then maybe, when you quote unquote ran your course and other loves come into your life. And I'm just going to leave it at that, because you have to get into this great episode. Like, it is just so beautiful how the origin of the stories period came from the New York Times newspaper and BAM television and BAM podcast. Podcasts just got out there basically right before the pandemic. It really boom, took off, So if you're not going to watch the series, I would suggest listening to the podcast Modern Love, hosted by Daniel Jones and Nia Lee, okay? And also, one more thing too, and I think season 2 is going to be a doozy, because I didn't expect for me to actually fall in love with this first anthology series. I felt like so many unanswered questions about what my idea of what love was. And there were so many people and characters. And then if you notice, I'm not even talking about the characters, like Dev Patel. He played a great character in Modern Love. And Anne Hathaway, oh my God, y'all. Anne Hathaway is the most, I love her so much. I love her acting skill. She's just incredible. And not to shy away from the other characters and actors and actresses in the anthology. I just really want you guys to go and check it out. That's all. And leave a comment below if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, Speak Your Mind Radio, and let me know what you thought. Or if you follow me on IG, Speak Your Mind Radio LLC, check that out too. Follow me. As speaking of LLC, this podcast that you're listening to is generated by me, myself, and I, Nicole Star Perry, period. Yeah. And we just, put this podcast together during a pandemic, during a time where people really needed each other. People really needed love. Being stuck in all 4 walls of the house for 15 months straight, some more. It really put a different spin on what love is. Sometimes love, y'all, is just picking up the telephone and calling your grandma, or calling your cousin that you've been out of tune with, for some time, because people live and have led their own lives. Sometimes love could be being very generous and gentle with yourself. These are all modern love stories, especially during the pandemic. So it's a great time to set aside some time and go check this series out, okay? Modern Love on Amazon Prime. I promise you that you will not be disappointed. You heard me? Okay, I love y'all so much. I always end up saying that because I do love each and every one of you out there that are listening or watching, whatever it is. Thank you so much. Love is love. Be courageous. Step outside the box. Be proud of who you are and who you are becoming. because there's so much more to your love story than you could ever realize. And love starts within. Always love yourself. All right, y'all. I'm getting out of here. My name is Miss Hip Hop, aka Queen Star, and yeah, have a grandiose Sunday, a beautiful self-caring Sunday. Okay, peace.